know you can look me in the eye. It's all because of Jesus, he the reason I'm alive. I live by faith, by grace, you know that I ain't gotta strive. They told me, tone it down.
Yo, good morning. Welcome to this Saturday Sippin on 7th. Amazing, entertaining, captivating. I just spit all over your
everywhere.
Broadcast joined by the great Jared Warren and myself, and also our good friend Florida man Mike Zanino.
Let's go.
With the
Shout
little,
out.
I'd shake his little.
You know, it's a unique bobblehead when it doesn't bobble.
It doesn't bobble
because of the design of the bobblehead.
He's got the bat behind his head in the thing, and it keeps the you can't.
But it's sick. He has to cut off.
It's just really a statue.
There's a gator.
It's just a
There's
mini
a bat
statue.
behind his head. He's lit.
Well, welcome to our Saturday morning Sippin on 7th.
It's going to be a good one. We're going to talk about some cool stuff today, do top 5, do trivia as normal. Ryan's going to get smoked. It's going to be great.
What happened last time?
We tied because you love to
forgot.
blurt out every single
I thought
answer.
I smashed you.
You say, boom, it's my turn, and then list every letter in the alphabet.
So we have a new rule during the trivia, which is you can go like this, and you can give one answer, and then the other person gets an opportunity for one answer, and then you go that way instead of...
The best viewer suggestion that we received was to get a minus point for
Who was
an
the
incorrect
viewer?
answer.
Who is the viewer?
And
Bias.
Ryan does not want to do that because he will definitely lose if that
Look at me,
happens.
Dad. Look at me. Don't suggest things that favor him.
Okay. So there's been some big sports news, and it's not Tampa news, but I'm going to bring it back to Tampa.
All right.
So do you know who Arch Manning is?
Arch Manning, like
The Manning that is in high school currently.
no, is that the Manning family?
Yes. So
Peyton's son?
yes. So he just committed to Texas. He's like the number one
To University of Texas?
to UT yet.
Wow.
Just a couple of days ago committed to UT. And everybody's like all over him in a crazy way, saying that he's going to be the next Jesus Christ, basically, of college football. But I remembered last year that he actually came and played a high school team in Tampa. He played against Berkeley Prep, and Berkeley Prep smacked him in the mouth, 49-24.
Listen, Archie. Remember that. That'll
Arch.
help you.
Archie's the grandfather of him.
Actually?
Yeah, he played for the New Orleans Saints before they were the Saints because he made them good.
He put a S on that ain't.
Yep. So, yeah, that's the Tampa intro news of the week is that Tampa, Berkeley Prep, who I played against in high school, and they smacked us in the mouth too.
It's the
smacked
word
the
prep.
Mannings.
Anytime the word prep is involved, if you play them in any sport, especially lacrosse, you're gonna get wiped clean.
If you're playing a prep school in lacrosse,
you're smashed.
you're losing.
Or golf, if you end up in a golf tournament against a prep school. Prep just means a lot of money because it's supposed to mean preparatory. Like they have like courses I think that are more preparatory for going to colleges and going to Ivy League schools and stuff. But really it just means everybody's rich. And so rich people have nice lacrosse sticks.
So, where Tom Brady did all of his training at was actually at Berkeley Prep.
Really?
Yeah, like whenever COVID was going on and he got a ticket for working out in the park by somebody in Tampa, he went and started working out at Berkeley Prep. So that's the school where it is.
He's so awesome.
This is the school we played against in the playoffs my junior year of high school, and I was hurt. And so I only played 3 plays, and they were like, yo, I know you're trying to be tough, but get out. And then we lost like 42-6 or something like that. They had Nelson Aguilar, who now is made fun of in the NFL for not being able to catch a football, but he's fast.
Well, that's that Manziel vibes.
No, it's Aguilar vibes.
It's even worse.
No, he's not a college guy that can't win. He's just a wide receiver that's really fast in the NFL. He played for USC in college. He was really lit. And he just dropped some really funny passes. There was a video of it was a news channel in Philadelphia, and there was like a fire. And I don't remember exactly what, but the guy did something awesome, like catch a baby out of the window or something like that the mother like dropped to him to save the baby. And then on the news, they asked him about it, and he was like, yeah, because I got these hands, unlike Aguilar, who can't catch anything. It was something like that, bro. It was freaking hilarious.
Yo, to pull that out after you just like ran out of a burned down building, caught a baby, and you go, yo, it's better than that Aguilar kid who can't catch nothing.
That's Philadelphia fans. So
Yeah,
like when I've tried to like
man.
find a way to explain to you Philly fans, because you'll be like, bro, those fans are the worst. And I'm like, no, Philly fans are the worst. And you're like, I don't get it. That's what I mean.
Normally when I say those fans are the worst, it's either New York fans or Boston fans of any sport. And they do suck.
Yes, they stink.
But Philly fans don't have a reason to be the way they are. It's not like they win anything.
You know, it's like they're 0 to 100 real quick.
I mean, Eagles,
concerning that.
Growing up a Cowboys fan, the Eagles were probably the most hated team. Probably when I was growing up by the Cowboys, we hated the Eagles. I can't think of a team that we hated more as growing up a Cowboys fan. Even though last video you saw me, disavow myself.
So
from
what
the
are
Cowboys.
they? The NFC East. They are the worst conference in sports.
It's whew. I think that's probably
It's not even like refutable.
even including college football.
Well, no.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so
You take, like,
professional sports.
The MAC.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's
No, the
there's a
Mountain
couple
West.
there's a couple divisions of college football that are like
Conference USA.
AHL
gotten
hockey.
Yeah. Somebody said on Instagram, we were talking about hockey, and some guy that I don't know was like, you guys don't know what the heck you're talking about. The ASBL league in Canada is weak, and you don't know what you're talking about. And I was like,
he's like, bro, context. I mean, we were just talking about, and it's funny because, okay, well, this is a great transition point. Then I guess we'll talk about the Lightning, since this may be our last recording talking about the Lightning during their current run at their third Stanley Cup. Because
when's Game 6? Sunday?
So tomorrow is Game 6, and then Tuesday, which is the day we normally record, will be Game 7. We may record before Game 7. We may just push it to Wednesday so that we can.
If we win Game 6, we're not recording Tuesday. I'm going to the watch party if that happens.
Yeah, we'll go. We got to sit where we sat.
Yes,
We got to. We sat in the second level, section 207. Or 208, excuse me, on the front.
Big difference.
And it was ridiculous. Now, it's cool because for the watch party, you can sit there for $10. Game 6 tickets in those same seats are like $2,500. So it's like we saved $2,490 by just going there for an away game instead of a home game. And then
it's a great way to
most
look at
of the away games we lost. So it's
all right. Game 5.
It was worth it. It was a great game. The reason I sighed is because social media this morning, quite the flip. Let me tell you something that frustrates me.
People are
freaking, forgive my French.
If you looked at a dictionary of the definition of double-minded, it would be people on the internet concerning this series.
Yeah, or petty.
How do you change your mind on something so quick? Or
yeah.
How do you're flip-flopping everywhere. Like,
it's like too many men on the ice. I can't believe Lightning cares about that penalty. And then it's called against Colorado, and now it's like Colorado versus the refs. No. It's you guys are filthy and dirty in your changes, and you got caught. What do you want? I mean,
who was it that said that it may be one of the most ironic calls in sports history?
Someone tweeted that. It wasn't like Bucs raised bolts or whatever, but some Tampa Lightning page.
What we're referring to, if you don't know, in Game 4 of the finals, in overtime, there were too many men on the ice
for both teams, arguably. However,
because what happened was there was too many men on the ice for the Avs, but the Lightning also had too many men on the ice, and then that led to them scoring. So because of that, people were like, "Oh, well, Tampa had too many men on the ice too." So yeah, but what they're saying proves the point. If both teams had too many men on the ice, then it should have been blown dead.
It should have been 2 minors.
So then last night, the same thing happens. They didn't score though, but McKinnon had a good scoring chance, and then they blow it dead, and then give them the too many men on the ice to the Avs instead of not calling it, and so it was this whole thing. And I think it was good.
2 minutes and 47 seconds left in the third period when the penalty was given to the Avs, and I mean, I knew that any team that we face from this point out is going to be petty. People hate success. We've been the most successful team since the cap, arguably since the 80s, and if we win, even more so than the Islanders. I mean, probably if we win, especially coming back from 3-1, we'll be the greatest hockey team in the history of the NHL, and that argument will be put to bed, I think, for all time. But
some guy in the YouTube comments was chirping the Lightning for being a paper champion, which means that they didn't have a tough road and they just beat easy opponents on their way to being a champion.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
Like I've always said during this playoffs, that the teams that we've had to go up against are really good, but didn't really look into the statistics of it. Well, last night they showed the statistic that the Lightning have set the record for playing, 4 of their opponents have won over 50 games.
Yeah.
And the next closest to do it was 2.
2. So we have had the most strenuous run at a Stanley Cup in the history of the league. And even starting down 2 against the Rangers, coming back to beat them, starting down 2 against the Avalanche, coming back to 3-2 the series now
beating
at home.
The President's Trophy.
Beating the President's Trophy Florida Panthers by sweeping them, and then running out the Maple Leafs, which arguably the Maple Leafs were the best team in the playoffs. Avs fans would choke and fall over and probably die if they heard me say that. But watching the series, the Maple Leaf series I was more concerned about the Maple Leafs at the beginning of the series than I was about the Avalanche. So when we lost Game 1 in overtime against the Avalanche versus our first loss against the Maple Leafs was 5-0, I was definitely concerned. But this Avs series has been interesting because now where we stand going into Game 6, the Avs are up by a game. And the first game was an overtime win for the Avs, which was their win. There's no argument there. There's no reffing really involved.
They
still
scored
think
less
than a minute.
Ross Colton had the opportunity and he just missed the roof shot.
It's one of those games that you have a lot of them in life, moments in life where you could have won, but you made a mistake and you didn't. We were fine with that. You go into Game 2, we get blown out 7-0. My angel. Here, come.
Josie was sleeping, and now she's awake.
Now she's not sleeping. Look, she's got her Go Bolts.
I almost wore the same thing as her today.
Your onesie, your Go Bolts onesie?
Yeah.
So
with the bow.
Hi, Angel. So then we blow them back 6-2, and then we go to overtime in Game 4.
That sounded interesting.
That's where to the pure, all things are pure, Jared. I read that in a book. But then we go to Game 4. Now, if you look at the series where it was, Game 1 was super competitive, fair loss in overtime. We come back, really suffer. Come back, make them suffer. Going into Game 4, we push it to overtime again. So it's actually looking like this is actually a really good series. So for then there to be a bad call that led, and it was a direct call. That's what I think is different about people arguing the Avs too many men on the ice penalty versus Game 4. Game 4, the missed call led directly to a goal. Immediately to a goal. So people are saying, well, it's irrelevant to the goal. Well, no, it's not, because in the rules of hockey, if there's a penalty that precedes a goal, the goal is thrown out and the penalty is put into effect. Then we would have had a power play, which would have shifted a lot of the momentum, which the Avs had the momentum in the overtime. They had more shots, better shot opportunities.
They were beating us.
They were dominating. But here's the thing. Hockey doesn't work that way.
It matters about the
we survived those shot opportunities and should have had a 4-on-4 or a power play. I would have been fine. But we had 2 that were on the bench in transition. They had 4 full seconds of 6 men on the ice, which led to a scoring opportunity.
Yeah, and it was somebody getting on the ice that directly affected it.
Exactly. It was someone coming off the bench early to go score.
It was the same play as McKinnon last night.
Exactly, and now they saw it, and they must have met with the refs. I mean, we know they met with the refs and said, hey, don't do this.
We talked about this before the game last night, just like us as friends and being in our emotions of the moment. And I thought about it last night after the game before I went to sleep, and I was just trying to think of a broadcast that has been more biased that I've ever heard, and I haven't. I get that the Lightning are back-to-back Stanley Cup champions and that a lot of people probably don't want to see them win. But I've never seen any broadcast of any kind, whether college football national championship, Super Bowl, World Series, NBA Finals, or anything during the regular season, no matter what. I've never heard something more biased and called in my entire life, unless it was like by the home team broadcast.
Right. Yeah.
If you're watching like Bally Sports, they do a better job of not being biased than how everybody is commentating and calling this series. It's absolutely wild.
Yeah, I mean, I got to be honest with you. All respect to Mark Messier, I actually was humbled to in my frustration towards him and the other commentators to find out his history with the NHL and how dominant he was when he played. And so I have a lot of respect for his game. And Mark is the least biased of the three that are commentating for this ABC network for this thing. But what I will say is, emotions aside, it is inappropriate for commentators who are supposed to be professional it's like sitting in Denver at someone's house and they're commentating the game. And to be honest, emotions aside, as a Lightning fan, but even separate as a sports fan before I became a Lightning fan, it's an atrocity. It's unacceptable for everyone watching the game to have to put up with the comments. Like the broadcast opened, you weren't here yet.
He said we, right?
No, but even before that, Steve, I believe his name's Steve Levy, who sits on the left of the Steve Levy. Bro, you're so out of line, bro. You start the broadcast by mocking John Cooper. I would like to see a public apology for the way that you spoke about our coach starting a national broadcast, and then when they get the exact same penalty, you have nothing to do but freaking sit in your chair with your mouth shut. If you're going to have a big mouth, at least have a big mouth offering an apology.
Ridiculous.
When you're wrong. You don't go mocking coaches that are two-time defending champions. And then Mark Messier compliments John Cooper as the game goes on, because I think they realized, hey, the Lightning are a great team. They may come back and have one of the greatest comebacks in the history of sports. Maybe we shouldn't flip the whole broadcast bias when they realize there's a big chance they're going to lose this game.
What about the Avs coach, Jared Bednar, actually complaining about the tripping call last night that Cale Makar did, which was a trip.
A trip. Of all things to complain about. No, but I think he's just, to be fair, it's also, he's trying to cover. I mean, for Colorado, they don't really care about hockey. You look at the fans, the way they watch the game, they're just high at the game to be there. But I think he's trying to Team REI. He's trying to cover himself up a little bit too, because he wants to give an excuse to why they couldn't bring the cup home at home in Colorado. Now they may have to go and fight for it in Tampa. He's got to say something. He doesn't have enough wins like Cooper does to say we messed up. We lost. He's got to say some bug. I mean, listen to Kadri. Same thing that's in the coach.
Is Kadri.
Kadri's in the talk. The ice. I saw someone tweet during the game, hey, in case you're wondering about the ice, the puck seems to be bouncing around a lot here in Denver. Something like that. Like, man, look.
You know that the ice is regulated in the NHL officials?
Yeah, the refs skate it before the game. They would know if there's something different or wrong about the ice.
They take the temperature. They check the consistency. Like,
what do you think about this? Bah! Do you have anything to say to the world?
Nope. Just eat the microphone like every time.
But no, so anyway.
One time she's going to get on there and say, Dad, and you're going to cry.
One thing that I know about the Lightning is they want to put it on the scoreboard, and they would have put it in history. They don't need to put it in some emotional display or whatever. Kadri made comments about our ice. Vasi shut him down last night. He had some great opportunities, but shut him down last night. Kadri's not a bad hockey player, but he has a history of being a dirty, unliked player no matter where he plays. And so the fact that he's making comments like that, instead of just saying, hey, yeah, it was a great goal, I'm happy to be here. You listen to the Lightning guys, you listen to Palat last night in the post game where she keeps trying to, announcer lady.
What would her position even be called? Reporter or something like that?
She must be like.
She 5 questions back to back rattled off, tried to bait him into saying something negative about the situation
she was like,
that happened.
What were you feeling, going into this game? He's like, we felt great. We stuck to our strategy. We were excited. And then she was like, but how did you feel before the game? And then he was like, yeah, really good. Really good. We were stuck to. And eventually he's like, lady, look, put your mask over your face and let me get back to the locker room. I got a game to prepare for, on Sunday. But anyway, so, I'm not, would you mind taking our adorable child?
She's having so much fun. She's like she's on a roller coaster.
But So I'm not going to say that I'm 100% confident we're going to three-peat. But I do think that win or lose, Game 6, the fact we got to Game 6, the fact we went through Denver and came home for Game 6, if you win or lose, you want to do it at home. You have a lot more advantage.
I'm sorry.
She's so cute.
I agree with you.
We have an advantage being home. If we lose at home in Game 6, we deserve to lose. If you lose away in a game by 1 goal and whatever, you could say, well, we fought a good fight. But if we lose at home after the momentum shift we just had, and it's a fair loss against the Avs, they're the better team and they deserve to win. We have the opportunity to make history in all sports and be remembered for 50 years as far as sports goes. If the boys come out at home with the crowd support, which they've referenced, the energy helps them play better. We have a big advantage going into Game 6. So, I'm not going to say my money's on Tampa, but I'm expecting of a Tampa
confident
victory.
In the boys.
I'm confident in the boys for Game 6. So I'm already kind of, my thought process is going towards 7.
Can't do that.
No, I know. I'm
1 game at a time.
I'm confident we can get 6.
But I get where you're going. Hypothetically going.
Hypothetically,
to Game 7.
I'm already concerned about 7, not 6.
Because anything can happen. It's literally the last game.
It's in Denver.
Best of 1 game. Go.
I'll tell you what, though. Is there a better way to shut up the world than be down 3-1 and everyone saying the Giants dead, and then have that like Wolf of Wall Street? I'm not blinking leaving.
They'll
That
still say, "What a moment!
What a moment! I'm not blinking leaving."
They'll just say that it was the refs. Is what they'll say.
Yeah, but
Tampa's
you know what?
Cheaters,
that's fine. When Stammer hoists the 3rd in a row, nobody's gonna care about the refs.
In 10, 15 years, no, it'll just be etched on the trophy.
Hey, that quote that thing.
It goes
All
down
that
in
matters
history.
is whose name is on the cup, boy.
Yes.
Anyway, that's our Lightning update. We will see you guys after the Stanley Cup is hoisted by whoever. We'll do a broadcast to talk about the Stanley Cup final, but we will not record until the Lightning.
Anything else sports you want to get into before we move on to other things?
Well, the Rays beat
the Pirates is who they played.
The Pirates suck, but they beat them, which is great. They didn't beat them by a lot.
By 1.
It was 3-0 when I was watching, and then they tied it up 3-3. But I was watching, and like the Pirates were like overthrowing first base by a lot. It was wild.
The Pirates.
It was wild. So
Pat McAfee wants to try to buy the Pirates.
I mean, I get it. Do it, bro. Pat, we support you, bro. Buy everything. Buy the world while you're at it. It doesn't matter. But so
you texted me and it blew me away and said that whoever was pitching last night, Springs, he was at the time at 102 pitches. Yeah. So I guess the bullpen's tired.
I don't know why they kept it. That's a long time.
It has to be the bullpen's tired.
That was the 6th transition.
Because of the fact of Kevin Cash doesn't let people go that long. He's a very statistical person. Hey, you pitch maybe 6 innings if you get through the order twice. Doesn't let anybody face the order 3 times. But 100 pitches, he doesn't usually let people get up there like that.
Well, bro, if you watched him pitch, the dude was ripping it, bro. Striking dudes out, swinging with like high shoulder level like pitches, and it was wild.
He should have done that with Snell during Game 6 of the World Series versus the Dodgers, but we know how that turned out.
We don't talk about Dodgers, no.
I still haven't seen that movie, but when we were building the furniture for a friend, and we were at their house, and their kids were watching that movie in the background, and they watched the whole movie twice.
It was lit.
I heard that song, and it's stuck in my head to this day. Lit. That was like 2 months ago.
No.
I don't like it because it's stuck in my head.
But anyway, the Rays, we were there when they beat the Yankees on Tuesday. Judge almost took it from us, but it was a good game.
We hit 2 home runs.
It was one of the best I know you've been to ridiculous games, but it was one of the best baseball games I've been to. To be the underdog team, to win at home with more away fans in the stadium was a very unique experience. And we got to get our jerseys and stuff like that. So Ray's doing good. Bucs news, not a whole lot to talk about. We already talked about Gronk retiring.
I talked about Gronk. We have a Meet the Boys coming for you soon.
We have a Meet the Boys coming for you. We talked about, we've been talking about a lot of new guys, but then we're gonna include some current
Rowdies
rosters.
soon. Rowdies soon.
We're gonna go Rowdies. We're gonna talk about the Rowdies, and then we're gonna get into, I think preseason football starts in 6 weeks.
preseason stinks.
Yeah, but I'm just saying there will be some stuff to talk about.
Man, they have practices, and I was like really wanting to go, but you have to be a season ticket member to go.
I mean, I'm down.
What we could do is, I don't know if this is allowed or not, but we could go to St. Joe's parking garage and go to the top and maybe watch it from there.
It's a lot cheaper than season tickets.
It is a lot cheaper than season tickets.
It's
also kind of far away and don't know if we'll get anything out of it.
We thought about that in Boston because in Boston there's like an apartment building or whatever, and it's almost high enough if you get on the roof or you have the top apartment where you could watch a game from like the top of the apartment. So
what a place to stay.
There were dudes out on their balcony and sorry,
watching it. They have like a foul pole over there on the apartment. It's kind of crazy.
It was actually really cool, and I bet that place is worth $5 million. But really cool.
It's not cheap there.
Yeah, it's not cheap there. But anyway, so that's pretty much. Obviously, when we've talked about this on social media, our focus is on the Lightning until that cup is hoisted, and then we'll move on to the Rays, and we'll talk about the Rowdies, and we'll talk about the Biscuits, and we'll talk about a lot
Montgomery Biscuits, double 18 for the Rays. Shout out.
Bang, 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 bang. I got the hat on.
What do you want to do first today, trivia or top 5?
I actually want to do trivia first.
Trivia first.
Ba-da-da-da.
Caitlin is going to do our trivia. We are going to carry over from last week where we were tied 2-2. As we aforementioned, Ryan can only give one answer at a time now. So
can you, bro.
I've never given more than one answer at a time.
My wife, as you can hear her laughing, she's obviously very supportive of my victory in this trivia.
Okay. Let me see where I want to start.
How many questions? 5?
How many questions do you want to do? I have backup questions.
Let's do 3 questions.
3 questions?
Well, we're already tied 2-2, technically. So
that's true.
We've already done 6 questions last week in this game of trivia.
All right, I'm getting in the zone.
Okay, so
let's get down to business. Bro, look at her with her bow like on, like kind of sideways. She's so freaking
Are we
cute.
ready? All right. What was Tampa Bay's first major league sports team? Yes, Jared.
The Bucs.
No.
Dang.
It was the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
It was the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
When I answered, I'd remember because we looked up what COYR means. Come on, you Rowdies, because I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said. I should get an extra point just for knowing.
And then,
come on, you Rowdies.
Yeah,
which was interesting because the question last week was about the Rowdies, and there was the second rendition of the Rowdies. And I remember looking up "Come on, you Rowdies" and then finding out.
Can
they
you?
were for a
Did you
while.
put my point on there?
I did. Your point is on there. Yeah, the original Tampa Bay Rowdies were from 1975 to 1984.
Right. Yeah.
Dang, bro, 1 year.
And then at that point, they went minors because the National American Soccer League folded in 1984.
Wow, that's
and then
good
eventually
facts.
The club closed fully in 1994. And then the Tampa Bay Rowdies, as we know them today, were founded in 2008. But at that time, they weren't known as the Rowdies. They didn't get the name until 2011. They were
Are we going to go to a Rowdies game?
vying for the rights to use the
will.
name again. So
we'll be at a Rowdies game at some point. Oh, you may see that. Come on, you Rowdies, because the hat was lit. The hat was lit. It's because we're looking. It's like Coyer. Like, what is Coyer? Is that a player's name? Is that a?
You said that. I make it clear that was a ridiculous statement.
Yeah, but then I said this probably means "come on, you Rowdies" or whatever, and you were like, I don't know.
That's not what happened.
Give me my point.
you got your
3-2.
point.
Speaking of point, is he going to play at all?
No.
In this? All right.
Okay, so yep, that was Tampa Bay's first major league sports team. Shifting gears, baseball. So despite warnings from the MLB that expansion was not imminent, St. Pete actually began construction of the Florida Suncoast Dome in 1987 with no hopes on the horizon of getting a team. They were just hoping. So
Well, this is a good one because we have different answers for this, and we're gonna finally find out the truth. Is it what team were they hoping to entice?
No.
Okay, because that's a good.
Let her ask the question.
All right,
dang.
I'm lit.
Okay, so St. Pete built their dome. Which of the following teams did not consider moving to the vacant venue? Okay, so I'm going to give you a list. Which of the teams did not consider it? The Seattle Mariners, the Oakland A's.
You have to answer right now.
The Texas Rangers.
Stop. He buzzed in. You have to answer.
Which team did not?
The Oakland A's.
That is incorrect.
It's this freaking Seattle Mariners.
Okay, can you read?
Would you like the full list?
I would like
I know
the
it's
full
the
list.
Seattle Mariners.
Which of these four did
did I say
not
that?
consider
I
coming?
beeped after the
Stop,
Mariners.
bro. Let her
I
read
knew.
the answers.
The Oakland A's, the Seattle Mariners, the Texas Rangers, or the Boston Red Sox?
Dang it! Of course it's the Red Sox.
Who did not consider coming?
They would never leave Fenway.
Who did not consider coming, and then he's answered the A's. So my answers are the Mariners, the Rangers, and the Red Sox.
Okay.
This is a great question because all those teams I didn't know any of them were considering coming here.
I mean, this was a while ago, so you have to take that in consideration.
Late 80s?
Yeah.
Do the Rangers exist? I don't even know what year they're.
This is tough, bro. And the Rangers did exist. Whenever
Bro, you have to go with Boston.
I don't have to do that.
There's no way one of the oldest, strongest dynasty baseball teams was considering leaving Boston. There's no way.
It's a red herring, though.
I know,
That
but
is a good word, Jared.
but it's. I got Boston. If you don't,
You know, Boston used to spring train in Winter Haven, Florida in the 70s.
That's
where I
probably-
grew up at. My grandfather helped design the stadium for them.
Wow.
Okay, well there may be some validity then because Fenway was old. Fenway was getting old. They were.
And this was a
Oh,
brand new
my
dome at the time.
Gosh.
It,
Okay, well you need to answer because we can't sit here until tomorrow.
Do, 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 do,
what
do.
city are the Rangers in? Arlington?
Yeah,
Arlington, Seattle,
they are
Boston.
now. I don't know.
I'm going to go Mariners.
Boston. Final answer.
It is not the Mariners.
It's Boston.
It is not. No, I'm just kidding. It is Boston.
Give me my point, baby.
You won, but we're going to do the third
It
question
was actually the
anyways.
White
Dang.
Sox who had considered coming.
It was the White Sox then. Because remember, you said the White Sox.
And then you were like, no, it's the Giants.
No, it was no, but the San Francisco Giants. That was
The Giants as well considered coming. There was a list
I
of
should
like
get an extra
9,
point.
and I picked 3
Come on,
and
son.
3.
Come on, son, suck it.
Yeah, so the Tampa Bay Rays began playing as the Devil Rays in the newly renamed Tropicana Field in 1998.
The Trop.
So it didn't actually have a home team until 98.
What was the question? Which team did not consider?
Did not consider coming.
I misunderstood the question.
Really? I said it several
You
times.
did not. I literally said,
'Cause why would
Boston leave to come to St.
I
Pete?
still misunderstood the whole time.
Bro,
What did you think the question was?
Which team did consider?
Oh, Oakland A's considered, Mariners considered, Rangers considered, White Sox considered,
That
Giants
wasn't
considered.
a red herring question. That was an easy question. What am I doing?
I don't know.
You have freaking coffee. I don't want to hear it, bro. You can suck it. That's my point. Give me my point.
Ryan even told you. He was like, why would
He
the
was
Red
like, "Bro,
Sox have
answer the
left?
question."
Right. It was pretty clear. He's
I know,
nervous.
but I was
All
in my
right.
thoughts and wasn't listening to Ryan.
Okay.
Yep. That's
So if Ryan wins, it's a
4-2
fluke. Is that what we're saying?
or
No, no, no.
2-0. No, it's there's
Ryan's
no
up
flukes.
4-2 with one.
Him
question
winning
to
an
go.
NHL last night was a fluke, but
Not.
no, that was a 99%.
All right. I think we're going to do more than 3
Historical fact.
questions. Unless we tie it up here. Okay.
Tie it up. Where I'm down by 2.
If it's a Bucs question, I'm screwed.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Which of our Tampa Bay teams was the first of any of the major professional North American sports leagues to have a woman play for the team?
Wait a minute.
Which of our Tampa
Wait a minute.
Yeah, which of our Tampa Bay teams was the first of any major professional North American sports league to have a woman play on their team? Yes.
The Tampa Bay Rowdies.
No, but I knew you were going to guess that.
Well, it can't be football. And it can't be hockey, obviously. So it has to be baseball. But I was like, well, the Rowdies are old and soccer's kind of a girly sport, so maybe that was
That's why
there.
I knew you were going to guess the Rowdies.
It's got to be baseball then.
Jared, would you like a guess?
You can't run through all the sports and say it has to be this and can't be this.
It could be a punter in football.
It's not
maybe?
the Rowdies. Jared's turn.
So this is
Was this like a special event thing?
It wasn't a special event.
They actually played.
She actually played.
It has to be the Rays.
Does the team exist currently?
Yeah, it does. Would you like your multiple choice?
Is it one of the four
Lightning,
major?
Rays, Bucs, or Rowdies? Obviously, we know it's
my-
not the Rowdies.
Are we gonna do this again? It said it was Boston. It was the Rays.
You also said it was the Rowdies.
Yeah, but the Rowdies makes the most logical
You
sense.
also said it was the A's. So you can't.
Sorry. I shouldn't.
Bro, can I answer my question and you not talk every 30 seconds?
It's working. You suck. What do you want me to go? I'm up 4-2 in this overtime victory.
Yes,
Rays.
Jared. It was not the Rays.
Oh, the Buccaneers.
It's not the Bucs.
There's no way.
Yes,
There's
Jared.
been a female that has played for the Lightning.
There has been a female that has played for the Lightning. That
What
is correct.
is life?
What do you mean?
So her name was Manon. I don't know
She's
her last
German.
name. It's a
Or
French
she's-
last name.
okay.
Raymond. Maybe we can put it on the screen. She became the
Ryan
first.
won't do that.
I will not do that. I'm absolutely
just letting you
not.
know.
Nope. It's Saturday. I'm not
She
doing all
became
that.
the first woman to play in an NHL game. She played for the Lightning against the St. Louis Blues. She stopped 7 of 9 shots. Oh, she was a goalie.
Emergency goalie.
In their 1992 preseason. She also played for the team again in the 1993 preseason.
Bro, that's
Was
epic.
she like, how did the situation happen? Did you find that out?
I didn't get too much information because I didn't
Everyone
want
else
to do a
died.
whole segment on it.
There was
But
the bus got stuck in the snow. There was no
She
other.
actually has played quite a bit in minor leagues. I'm not sure how she ended up playing for the Lightning.
I mean,
That
It
is-
was,
now.
but I will say this: it was also their first season ever. So
It is the most logical out of all the sports for them to be
Positionally.
emergency goalie.
Well, I was thinking the one that makes the most sense is a goalie because they're pretty much not touched. It's pretty much just
No
a-
female has ever played in the MLB or NFL, I don't think.
Wow.
But if it was in the NFL,
I
what
could be
position
wrong.
would it be? It'd be a punter.
Kicker.
It'd be a kicker. So then you see
Yeah.
that there. In baseball, it would probably be a catcher. But they don't get hit. So it could be an outfielder, first base. I mean, like it. You have some room there in baseball for. That's why I was surprised. But the Rowdies, I mean, suck. But
are we
I was
calling
with
that
you
a
on
point for
Rowdies.
Jared?
Technically, yeah.
All right.
no, it was definitely a point for Jared.
Okay, just making
absolutely.
sure.
Now he's just losing. So that's a wrap.
Yeah. So Manon Rame. I'm probably embarrassing myself
Probably.
here.
It's
Probably.
fine.
It's
Whoever
okay.
she is, you're freaking epic, lady. You are one of the coolest people.
RHEAUME.
We gotta have her on the show. That's like, are you
She's-
kidding me?
she's 50
She's
now.
French.
She's
Yeah,
50
she's definitely French
and
for sure.
French. 50 French.
You know, I really like watching the videos of emergency goalies and them coming in and it'll be like, okay, well, here's the situation. And then it's this guy, he's 50, and he's our Zamboni driver, and he used to play goalie in college.
He's
or
our
whatever.
Zamboni driver.
And then that happens. Or it'll be like I've
Who
seen
did that happen to?
I've seen ones where it was like they were. I'm just giving an example. It'd be like they grew up a Boston Bruins fan, and then they play currently for Boston College, and now they're gonna go in as the emergency goalie for the other away team that's playing against
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Boston
yeah.
Bruins. That's
I think-
cool.
And that's where you're like, is he gonna let one slide?
No, because
Who
you're
knows?
trying to
No,
you're
this
trying to
is
do
your
you.
shot. Yeah, this is your shot at the league. Dang, that was an incredible question.
Good
Oh
question.
my.
Okay, so that was
gosh.
quick. 3 questions.
Yeah, it's over. I win, but we can do another
Do
one
we
for fun.
want to do? I mean, you have to have a set number to keep it fair. You can't just do enough so that somebody wins.
I
No,
agree.
We agreed
so
on
I
many
think
did we
I
do
need
last
to
week?
stick with 6.
Okay.
6 is our set
No,
number. We've
Ryan's
always
only
done
saying that
6.
because he has a chance to
Wait,
win at the
we
moment.
we agreed on 3 though before we started, and you said
No, we
okay.
didn't. I came up with 6 questions. We always do 6 questions.
6 questions.
This is just
And
like
then I have
NHL
a
last night.
backup. Okay.
This
Yeah,
is
that-
my third period.
All right, bro.
Work.
Let her read the question and don't yell every 5 seconds when I'm trying to talk and think.
Okay, so
You're intimidated. I can tell.
No,
The,
you
the
are. That's why you
remainder
wanna
of the
quit.
questions
You're losing. Suck it.
are also Tampa Bay Lightning based. This was kind of based on,
I
that
do
we're
wanna quit.
currently in the
Okay.
Stanley Cup. Okay, so The NHL's Tampa Bay Lightning was established in 1992 for the expansion franchise. But where did they begin playing when they were founded?
Dang it.
Yes, Jared.
Well, you gonna not answer?
First?
Their first venue.
You told
Currently Tropicana Field.
me. No.
No. That's
No.
incorrect.
No, we talked about this. They played we actually did talk about this recently, or maybe I talked with one of my buddies I was at the game with.
Okay, so what's
Then answer the question, bud. Since you rush me whenever I want to answer the question, what is it? Blah 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 blah.
It's a named arena thing though. So was it we fold.
I don't fold.
It's-
Answer the question. I have the other answer.
I pass.
Okay. Yes, Jared.
The fairgrounds.
That is correct.
That's yeah.
They
that's
initially
actually
played
was
in the
in my
Florida
head.
State Fairgrounds Expo Hall.
Yeah.
Okay.
I promised that was the main answer in my
4 to
head.
4.
But I didn't want to sound stupid.
Then why didn't you say
Why
it?
didn't you guess instead of folding?
Well, because I didn't want the mockery that would come. What the fairgrounds is
I
hockey, you
I said the
genius.
Tropicana Field.
Well, that
Or
was
Ice
still
Palace,
so,
whatever they called
That
it.
was stupid. No,
Okay.
Tropicana was never called the Ice Palace. What's
so,
wrong
okay,
with you?
time.
Is your brain
Wait.
working this
No.
morning?
I have a next question. Don't get too far ahead of yourself.
That was an easy one for me.
Okay, so Jared already guessed Tropicana Field. That was their second location. What was Tropicana Field called at the time that the Tampa Bay Lightning were playing there? What did they call it?
Is it multiple choice?
It's not.
Is this the next question or just a
This
bonus
is
question?
no. This is
Guess.
the next question. This
The
is
Ice
question
Palace.
number 5.
Was it called the Ice Palace?
It was not called the Ice
I
Palace.
have no idea. The Eddie Ball Bruni Arena.
Stop. I'm thinking.
It was a nickname though, like that. I'll tell you that much.
The Thunderdome.
That is correct. It was the Thunderdome.
Bro, I'm so freaking clutch.
I love not listening to you. I'm never going to wear those again if I don't have to. If you don't ask me and beg me and plead me, it's so great to just hear myself talk.
Oh my god. You can still hear him talking.
Oh my
with
Not
them
as
on
good,
or
though.
off.
The Thunderdome. What a joke.
Jared pulled that out of nowhere.
It wasn't out of nowhere.
Okay. So that
What's
was
the
question.
score? 5-4?
It's 5-4.
It's 3-2 today. This
Five-
is literally the hockey game yesterday. I was up 2-0, and you came back to win 3-2. But now I have a chance to even it up, just like I did.
In overtime is when I won.
Okay. Oh shoot! I had other backup questions on this paper.
But she's
Oh my
eating
gosh.
them.
My dog ate my homework.
In case you're wondering, I am so salty. If you're wondering, I am so salty because I had that fairgrounds question in my head, and I just didn't have the balls to say it. Because he's always like, you just say stupid stuff, and you don't ever think before you speak.
I don't say that.
Josie's on my side.
Josie took the questions
took the
and
paper
ate
from
them,
her.
and then we got the question back, and now
Did she
my
eat the
gosh.
paper?
Yes. Josie.
Just a second.
This is a momentary of bad parenting in effect, but it's okay. Oh, her butt is soaked. She had a blowout.
No, she sat and spilled water.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, I could explain why she's like,
Welcome to
Her
Saturdays.
butt's probably cold though.
her butt's cold.
I
There's
gave
things
her
we
the
talk
paper
about.
to keep her entertained.
Click it. It's not. It's child friendly.
Okay, so you guys are kind of dabbling in each of your following questions, so we'll just see how this goes. So
I hate this.
after the Thunderdome, aka Tropicana Field,
How many places did they play?
that's kind of the question. Where was their next location, and what was it called?
Did
Yes.
you actually hit first?
Yes.
All right.
Let's hear it, Jared.
Currently known as Amelie.
Mm-hmm.
It was first
I already
known
freaking answered this question.
as, man, I don't know which one it was first, though.
I do, and I hit just the same time you did. And I
Tampa
knew the
Bay
answer.
Times Forum.
No, it was the Ice Palace first.
Was it?
Yes.
It was the Ice Palace first.
Man, we're tied again.
Crap.
That's like the fair. You had that one though. I don't know why you second guessed yourself.
I know.
It was the Ice Palace first. We just talked about that not that long ago.
This is tough. Yeah.
I'm so upset about the fairgrounds question because
I'm so upset about the Red Sox question.
That one. That's all right. We'll even those out. It's fine. We're tied. Really, you're beating me in life, but it's okay. When it comes to sports stuff, Jared's like a guru.
I'm bad today. I'm not happy about it.
I'm okay though. We should play NHL real quick after this, just while you're on this roll, so that I can get some back.
No, because then I'll take.
Are we leaving it tied?
No, we have to do the bonus.
Well,
3-3.
it was the bonus was kind of intertwined with the previous question.
That's fine.
How obvious is it?
Well, it was the Ice Palace.
And then he's gonna say, "What was it called after that?"
Well, the question was, what was their next location, and then what was it called?
Yeah, we don't want to do that one.
Well, technically, if we split it up, Jared got their next location. It was Amalie, and then Ryan got, what was it called? Ice Palace. If we split the question.
The next location wasn't Amalie.
See, this is why we need to do minus points for incorrect.
No,
answers.
it wasn't Amalie.
Okay, what was it?
It was the Forum.
I said currently known as Amalie.
Yeah.
It was the Ice Palace. Then it was named.
But was it Tampa Bay Times Forum or St. Pete Times Forum?
The St. Pete Times Forum
First.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Either way, we'll leave it tied. We have to do minus points for wrong answers. Have to. It's the only thing that makes sense.
You would have just had minus points for saying it was the St. Pete Times Forum then.
Yes,
fine,
it would have been a wrong
down.
answer.
Okay.
All
We
right.
can do that.
We are going to
Leave it
move
tied.
on.
They're gonna think this is rigged. They're gonna
There's
call this.
no
They're
way.
gonna call
We
this
are-
the NBA Saturday morning broadcast. The Mike Epps and Mike Smith.
We are
morning
way
broadcast.
too bad to do this intentionally. But we're gonna move on to our Saturday.
That Boston. Wait till your dad hears.
Bro, my dad's gonna rip me. It's gonna be awesome.
Hey, listen. I've been studying, boy. You not really.
No,
but
you
I
haven't.
I just listen. I'm lit. It was the
Ryan
St.
just
Pete Times
understood
Forum.
the question.
I just listened.
No excuses.
For
I'm
people
not even
that
gonna talk.
For people that say I don't listen, I just proved all my haters wrong. Good morning, hey.
All right, are you going
Hey,
first for top five
hey,
or me for
hater.
top five?
I think I should go first.
All right.
Okay. You ready?
I was born ready. So was she.
Okay, so this question I picked for Ryan just really to test how well he's been paying attention. So.
Yikes! This is a wife test. This isn't even a Tampa test.
Where's your wife, Tess? We need to ask him. Ooh, top 5 cologne smells. That would be a good one.
Well,
Put that
Like,
on the roster.
That's not
That's not
Tampa Bay.
Tampa.
If I had a hobby, it would be fragrances. So I know all about them. But it's not Tampa.
Okay, I'm being
What's
tested.
that? Isn't there a name like?
A colonologist.
Yeah. Well,
I thought you said colonic, which is a different thing.
you know, like how there's wine. What are they called?
Sommelier.
Sommeliers. There needs to be a cologne. I think there is a cologne.
Unless y'all
Probably.
want to do a 2-hour Saturday
you're
morning
right,
broadcast.
Okay,
You better
Ryan,
ask
your
me this question.
Your question is. Oh shoot! I forgot it. Oh no, I got it.
This is why I turned my mic off.
That's so rude. What are the top 5 shopping areas in the Tampa Bay area?
It's like you're being tested by your wife. What do you do?
In
Turn
Tampa.
your
Do
microphone
you
up.
pay attention to where we go together?
Well, a lot of the places I picked, we don't go, but it's okay because top 5 shopping areas, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to go backwards. My number 5, we actually were over there today. Shout out. They don't even have labeled cups.
They have sleeves.
All right, bro. Let's go.
Get there.
They just went down from a 9.4 to a 9.2. I know we need Blind Tiger cups. Shout out to the Blind Tiger, Ybor City, getting us his coffee this morning.
They
My
have
number.
stickers.
There you go. Stickers on the cold drinks. My number 5 is gonna be nice. He said,
All right, bro. What's your number 5? Gosh. You're freaking ridiculous.
my number 5 is the Ybor City Market on Saturdays, or any market in Tampa. There's Italian markets. There's different things throughout the city. There's an Italian.
What are your top 5 things? Anywhere where there's a market. Bro, you stink.
I like Tampa.
Well, no, like there's on Davis Island. There's a really cool like Italian market.
Everywhere
Are
in the
you
city.
lumping those all together like Saturday morning farmers
Well,
markets?
yeah, because you can't always go shop there. So it's a temp shopping area. So I could do like 30 temp
You
shopping
can go to
areas.
Centennial Park in Ybor City every Saturday at the same time, and they're there, no matter what.
That's true. That's a consistent one. So we'll put that as number 5.
That was your answer,
That
and then
was
you
what you
started adding all
said.
this other stuff to it. Drink your coffee. And me
Okay,
too.
number 4.
If you drink more, you wouldn't talk so much.
What's your number 4?
My number 4, reluctantly, is the International Mall and Plaza, shopping plaza. The reason for that is obviously it's the most densely populated store shopping area in Tampa, so I couldn't leave it off the list. I don't really shop there. I don't really like to be there too much. I think the mall 5 years ago was better than it is now. I think that it's going a little bit downhill. Sarasota has a great mall. Orlando has a really nice mall.
Bro, I learned something about International Mall from TPD this past week. I can't tell you now, but I will tell you off air. It's going to blow your mind.
I believe it already.
All right.
It's wild. So that's going to be my number 4. If you need to go, like there's an Apple store there, just like you'd picture. It's a shopping mall. Number 3.
They have a Neiman Marcus. Needless markups.
I've never heard that.
Me neither.
Jeez.
You just made that
I
up?
went to Needless Markups. I mean Neiman Marcus.
I walk around Neiman Marcus because I park there, and then when I walk inside,
That's right. Yeah,
play the game where you just pick up a random item and try to guess how much it is.
Never.
And
gonna
it's
get it.
like a T-shirt, and then it's like $3,000. And
We
it's
do that
like
at Oxford.
We did that. I did that
at
the other day.
Anthropology at Disney
Yes.
Springs. We do
Yeah,
that too.
we did that. We did that together. The Shops at Windgrass is going to be my number 3. Now, this is in Wesley Chapel, so it's Tampa Bay area. And it's like a shopping center. They have like outlets and different stuff there. My wife and I have been there, and they have like an off Saks Fifth and stuff like that. It's really
Saks off Fifth.
Sex outfit.
an off Saks. Lax is the most sport that matters in the world.
Yeah, LAX.
Lax.
Lacrosse. for
Here's the
people
deal. So in Wesley Chapel, it's a cool shopping plaza. There's a lot of really cool outlets, like as you head towards Lakeland and then get to Orlando. But Tampa Bay
There's
area,
no outlets towards Lakeland. But if you go past Lakeland to Orlando, there's both the prime and premium outlets in Orlando. But nothing's towards Lakeland.
you know, Plant City is not the Tampa Bay area, is it?
Yeah, it is.
I would put Plant City. I mean, it's on my list. I'm gonna put Plant City instead of.
Bro, you're ridiculous.
I'm
I
a-
can't with you.
I'm gonna put Plant
Is this
City.
a not top 5? You go shopping in Plant City. Are you joking?
I love. There's great antique stores in Plant City.
Was that your number
Joke.
3?
No. I was just remembering.
Honorable mention.
Does
This
honorable
Ryan
mention-
is
Let's
a
do number
joke.
3.
Hey, Busch Gardens is better than Disney. Joke.
Remember, I said
Busch
this
Gardens
was a
is
test.
way better than Disney. Disney's an atrocity. Disney's an embarrassment.
All right, what's your number 2?
Right.
Midtown, which is where, for all you Colorado Avs fans, the only thing that'll matter to you after we win the cup will be REI. REI Co-op.
That is what the store is called.
REI Co-op in Midtown. But Midtown's a cool area. It's a developing area, so there's a lot of stuff coming there as well. What other stores are in Midtown?
There's a big Whole Foods there. There's a Shake Shack there. There's a Ben & Jerry's there.
Yeah.
There's like a bunch of stores. There's
Whole
like
Foods is like the
what's
place to shop.
What's the like big woman's makeup store?
Sephora?
So there's a Sephora there. There's
Nice job.
some stores like that.
So that's going to be my number 2. Midtown's cool, and it'll continue to develop. And then my number 1, kind of indisputed best shopping area in the Tampa Bay area is Hyde Park Village.
Yeah.
Like places like Pottery
Good
Barn,
Pick, good pick.
places like that.
My favorite store is there in Tampa.
Which is?
Meat Market. Just kidding.
No, Salty Pines. It's like the.
Oh, yeah.
It's where I got my favorite shirt from.
That's
Yes.
It's like back
Your
in the
June
cut.
shirt,
right. In the
My
gut.
June shirt. It
It's
is a
in, like,
June shirt.
back.
because it's hot. you
It's
know?
back in the cut, like around the corner behind like
Near the
Bar
puppy
Taco.
store.
Yeah, down from the puppy store. It's
Yeah.
like, think like Florida fishing wear but bougie.
It's a small
Now,
men's
I will
boutique.
say, if you're gonna go shopping in Hyde Park Village, like a Tuesday morning would be great. On the weekends, it's insanity.
Yeah, don't do
You
that.
can't barely find anywhere to park. You can't, so. But they also have. We went the other day on our anniversary to they have a dine-in theater there, and besides,
How was that? 'Cause I didn't even know that was there. Real quick.
it's one of the nicer dine-in theaters I've ever been to. It's very moody, kind of well lit. It's kind of a romantic atmosphere, as a matter of fact. The service was with our daughter. Our server was really nice. She was a great lady. We got a bunch of snacks and stuff because we ate in Hyde Park at Onswan, which is a great restaurant. Before. Great atmosphere. The film quality was pretty good. But the bathrooms were dirty. It was
like a really nice facility that they didn't have the staff to take care of, basically.
that's well put.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really felt like that. And so then you go in. Now, what I will say, I think the tickets were $9.
Yeah, the tickets were
So
super cheap.
if you don't get anything to eat, you could go there and watch a movie, and it's cheaper than another movie, and it's pretty lit.
We should do a segment called like underrated or overrated. And then you tell us Tampa
I was
things.
going to say that actually when we talked about your question.
Okay, let's do it.
Are we done? Are we done with Ryan's question?
Yeah,
Well-
we've gone way too.
Yeah.
That's my random list of places you might not want to go in the Tampa Bay area to shop, or you might.
I wanted you to say like St. Pete too, that area.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about St. Pete. But
What's the place?
I thought that was better than a few that you said.
Where did we go eat before we went to the Rays game with your family? What's that called?
Yeah. The Sundial.
Sundial.
Boom.
Sundial would be a good place to go. shop in
Sundial.
St. Pete.
Yeah.
But there's like 2 stores there.
No.
But
there's
where
more-
else is there to go? Are you going to go to the what's it called, Countryside Mall?
Well, downtown St. Pete.
not even a mall.
Downtown St. Pete has like a shopping street where there's a lot of shops
that's
and stuff
true.
like that.
Where did we go?
Why did we go there?
You know what?
Why
St.
didn't you stay
Pete
there?
is my number 2 shopping spot, top 5 in the Tampa Bay area.
You're
the Sundial,
ridiculous.
the walking places.
Kaylin, what is my top 5?
Okay. So I picked this
embarrassed.
one for you, Jared, because we've talked about, top restaurants in the area a couple times. But one thing that we always talk about when we're just chatting, off camera is if a place is overrated or underrated. So I thought it would be cool to list our top 5 underrated restaurants that might not get, the attention that they maybe deserve.
Okay. So I like
Josie
this
didn't
question.
like that question.
Josie didn't like it. I like this question. I think I'm going to be a little bit biased off of location base just because of where I spend my time at. I work.
Well, yeah, you got a name where you know.
Yeah, I work in Ybor, and then my boss is a Latin Sicilian guy. So then we kind of trend towards those kind of places. So what I would say is for my number 5, and I go here 4 or 5 times a week.
Ooh, I know. Come on, tell me.
It is called Cafe Kikiriki,
Shut
and
up
it is
about
it is the coffee shop at the Hotel Aya.
Yeah.
in Ybor
Yeah.
City. So it's Kikiriki because that's what they say the chicken sounds like if you put it into a word. Kikiriki, like cock-a-doodle-doo. That's what they say in Ybor City. So it's called Cafe Kikiriki,
Wow.
right? We have
Kiki-riki.
Is it like Cuban for being Ybor?
no. It's like what's it called? Not onomatopoeia, but like the opposite when you write like a sound.
Automata-
Oh,
P.O.
phonetic.
Yeah, it's like what they say. The spelling of what the chicken sound is
Yeah,
Kiki-riki?
spelled like
phonetic spelling.
Kikiriki. Like that is what they say. That
Can you do it with some emotion behind it?
no, that's it. That's all you get. Like that. So we've actually invented some of the menu here, and it's pretty good. You should go check it out. Ask for it. It's very creative.
Is this number 1?
No, this is number 5.
Wow.
The Geo omelet and the Geo sandwich. Go there and ask for those
There's
things.
no way. Is that... I can actually do that?
You can go there and you can ask for a Geo omelet and a Geo sandwich.
What's the Geo sandwich?
Is it on
Bro.
the menu?
Not like on the wall, but if you order it, it's in the computer system and they'll make it for you.
Cool.
So the sandwich, it was an evolution to get to this point. But what the Geo sandwich is, it's Cuban toast, pressed,
Yes. I already want it.
cream cheese, guava jelly, and then they're like thick slab cut coffee coated bacon.
Interesting. It's like a breakfast sandwich.
That sounds as healthy as it gets. That sounds.
If you know,
that is a Geo sandwich.
Bacon.
It sounds interesting, but it's like the salty, bitter coffee from like the thick slab cut
The
pork belly
sweet
bacon,
guava.
sweet guava jelly,
Rub it on me.
and
Kind of sounds like a Monte Carlo sandwich. With
that's how it was
the sweet
inspired.
and
Yeah,
yeah, that's cool.
so that's really good.
The
And then
Count of Monte Cristo.
they have this the bacon
Wait,
there is
is it
incredible.
a Monte Cristo sandwich? Yeah, it's not Monte Carlo.
No, Monte Carlo is where they do the Formula
It's a
1
Monte
race.
Cristo sandwich. That's funny. But Jared knew what I meant. Okay.
I knew what you meant. I followed you.
Sorry.
So that's number 5, Cafe Kikiriki. Number 4, and I'm going to preface it by saying that this is an institution. So, like, don't think you're going to go here and get, like, foo-foo food.
Okay. All right.
This is like, if you go here, if you are under the age of 40, you will be the youngest person in this restaurant for sure.
Which is an honor because then you're inspiring people just by
So-
being there.
This is Tony's Ybor Restaurant, right on 22nd Street. Everything is cafeteria style, and the menu's different every day. They make like what they feel like making. Usually we go there every Thursday for lunch, just because like it's the place to go. Thursdays and Fridays at this place. If you're like an important person in Tampa, you're probably gonna go to Tony's. So that's like where you can go and meet some cool people that are influential in Tampa.
I mean, he goes
I
there on
love that.
Thursday, so it's quite the statement. If you want to meet important people,
I love that the big dogs, they go to the hole in the walls, you know?
Yeah, because like some people want to be seen, and some people want to be seen by the right people. And if
Right.
you want to be seen by the right people, you go to where the right people go, and that's Tony's.
and if
Ybor
you want to be
Restaurant.
seen by Jesus, he's always there.
Yes. So like they're
You say it like he's Santa
they're
Claus.
one of the few places that does crab enchilada, which is like a very Tampa thing.
I thought you were saying crab enchiladas, and I was like,
Crab enchilada is like a super Tampa thing. It's like spaghetti sauce but made with crab.
oh, is that where you brought that stuff from?
Yeah, that you didn't even freaking try. You stink.
No, stew stinks.
Moving on to number 3 is Antojitos. Antojitos. I don't even know what country like the food is
I'm
from.
gonna go underrated.
Some kind of Latin place. That's what
All
this
of
whole
these
list
are
I know,
is.
but I've
underrated.
never even heard of it.
It's lit. It's on like Howard and Columbus maybe, and it's really good Latin food. If you go there and you don't speak Spanish, you will be the only person in the place that doesn't speak Spanish. I only go with somebody that can speak Spanish, and I tell them like, hey, tell them to make me something like this. I don't even use the
Say,
menu.
man, can you make me something that's
Oh,
local, man?
That doesn't count, babe.
I
'Cause
want you to bring me a,
I think it's Colombian. I think I'm not 100% sure. But like,
Cocaína.
I don't even look at the menu because the menu is completely in Spanish with like no translations of what it is, and it's like very specific things. So I just tell whoever I'm with, I'm like, hey, tell them I want something like this with it,
Just order some gringo.
and make it.
Just say, please bring me your best gringo dish.
They don't speak English,
They know what gringo means. That's a Spanish word. Comida gringo.
but you didn't say eat white people.
Comida gringo. No, no, because Spanish is backwards. So it's like white people's
White
eating.
people food.
White.
Okay, so that's my number 3.
Spanish lessons here at the Boat Parade. We believe in multiculturalism. I will teach you some Spanish words you need to know. Vámonos!
All right, that was number 3. Number 2. This is another one of those places where like you could probably order if you spoke English here, but it would be good to go with somebody that could translate for you because their whole menu is the same way as well. It's called La Casona.
La Casona.
It is on Habana, and if you go with people that are from Tampa, they won't call it La Casona. Everybody will refer to it as Casa de Mofongo.
Now, why is that? But mofongo isn't that an African word?
Mofongo is a type of food. So
Mofongo
is like unripe plantains that they would make platanos with.
Yeah.
But then they beat it into the shape of like a bowl. So then your bowl is fried plantain, and then they put whatever meat and sauce inside of it.
That's so cool.
It is good, bro.
Mofongo.
It is good. And then so now my number 1 underrated place in Tampa, and it's in Ybor. All right, bro, you're being ridiculous. This is something I have actually myself, for the only restaurant I've ever gone to that I've done this for, submitted them to diners, drive-ins, and dives because it is that good.
Did they go?
And if you don't know what this place is, no, bro, I've submitted it multiple times, and so has other people that I know, but they're being ridiculous.
We need to call. Please call them if you know those guys.
Diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Hashtag. It's called Sunday's Delicatessen in Ybor City, and it is absolutely amazing. They have some of my favorite things are there that are in Tampa. My favorite deviled crab is there.
I was going to say, coming next week, top 5 babysitting agencies in the Tampa Bay area.
That would be a good one, but we have no experience with that.
No experience.
Yeah,
watch our own kids.
It's just like a husband and wife operation, and they make their own bread. They make a lot of their own things there in-house, and it is absolutely incredible. Go look at their menu online. It's ridiculous. Some of my favorite menu items are the Buccaneer, or like the hot roast beef sandwich.
I got to be honest with you. Your top 5 list is trash.
Why?
Don't listen to anything he said because he hasn't taken me to any of these places.
You're offended because I haven't taken you to awesome places.
I'm not offended. It's just like, wow. Every time I'm like, hey, where should we eat? And you're like, I have no idea, bro. Just pick somewhere. And you have all these. Yeah, I submitted it to diners, drive-ins, and dives, and you never took me.
The problem with some of these places is just like we've talked about with Cuban sandwiches. Some of these places are only open like Monday through Friday, like 8 to 3. Which, how do you make any money not being open? I don't get it.
Do you see her having the mic? Is that not the cutest little thing you ever seen? She's like...
It makes her happy, and now she's not happy. But we'll go, bro. You just have to not be working, and then we'll go.
Well, we work hard at the boat parade, so not working is normally not an option. But we are going to have to do like a hit list because now we're talking about places to shop. We have to go verify these places again. We got to go make sure that our lists are accurate for the people's sake, for your sake. She probably didn't change the camera. For your sake, we got to make sure that these places are real. So I'm going to have to check these places, these top 5 places. I mean, I got to check them. And then we can give them our...
Cafe Kikiriki, Tony's Restaurant, Antojitos.
Of all the lists so far, these I want to try.
Yeah?
Yeah.
These are good.
Play La Bamba, baby.
I don't think we can play that, but it'll be good. We'll try them out and let you. It'd be cool to hear you guys talk about what you think about these places. And if we go there and don't even let you think about it, and I'll order for you.
Oh yeah.
I love that. That's if I don't even have to look at a menu, I just walk in. They set the food down thing.
Let me ask you this: have I ever steered you wrong when I'm like, "Hey, this is good in Tampa"?
Not that I know of.
If you have to think about it this hard, the answer is no. So just trust me, and we'll go.
When we went one time to that McDonald's in Ybor, and we drove through the worst drive-thru I've ever been through, the most oddly shaped drive-thru I've ever been through, and then we got those breakfast tacos, and they were like kind of like I give them like a 5.
They don't have tacos.
Yeah, they do. They have a little breakfast taco wrapped in a tortilla.
No. What is that called?
A burrito.
Yes,
a breakfast burrito.
I didn't say, hey, bro. You need to get that. I said, hey, bro. I've been up for like 40 hours straight, and I need something in my body.
So let me put McDonald's in. That's right. Anyway, listen, we love you guys. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment any ideas you have, top 5 things we need to go over, or trivia questions that he's going to get wrong again.
Today was tough.
And we will. Did I win? Or are we still tied? No, I won.
No, we ended tied.
Dang. I'm done tying.
It felt like you won.
I won anyway because it should have been like 6-0. But the fact I got 3 guys, that's a big deal. Being a Texan coming into Florida and dominating Florida man number 2 himself.
We need to work on our rules. But we'll see you next time on Sippin' on 7th on the boat parade.
Yo.
You know you can look me in the eye. It's all because of Jesus. He the reason I'm alive. I live by faith, by grace. You know that I ain't gotta strive. They told me, Tony.